We're on Mishnah Aleph of Parakimol, Masechet Nedarim, first Mishnah of the third chapter. So normally when we said when a person takes a neder, if he says it in the right way, using the right language, the neder is chal. But the Mishnah is going to tell us that there are 4 kinds of nedarim, that even though a person says them in the right way, because we know that he doesn't mean what he says, therefore the neder has no chalut, the neder is not applicable, and therefore it doesn't count. It's not binding. Mishnah says, Arba'a nedarim hitiru chachamim. The chachamim permitted 4 types of nedarim. They said that if a person takes these 4 types of nedarim, the neder is not chal. And we're going to say what they are. Nidrei ziruzin. Okay. Oaths of ziruzin. The zarez means to make quicker. Zrizin makdimin, those who have alacrity. So we're going to say what those are. Nidrei havai. Nedarim are of exaggeration. Nidrei shgagot. A neder that was by accident, v'nidrei onasim, and a neder that a person takes under coercion. So there's all those 4 types of nedarim. Even though a person takes the neder and says the right words, nonetheless the neder is not applicable. It's not binding. Nidrei ziru. So the Mishnayot are going to go through in the 4 Mishnayot. It's going to go through each one and tell us what all these are. Next 3 Mishnah. The Mishnah says, Nidrei ziruzin ketzad. What are nidrei ziruzin that we said don't count? A person is selling an item. So he's selling glasses. He's selling glasses in the glasses store. And the guy said, and the guy says, Konam she'eni pochet lach min hasela. So they're negotiating. The seller and the buyer are negotiating the sale price. And so the guy says, Konam. Remember, that's a kidui. That's a word. I take an oath. I take an oath on a neder that I will not sell this to you less than a sela. A sela is 4 dinarim. And the guy says, oh yeah, konam she'eni mosif l'cha alach ala shekel. I'm not going to pay you more than a shekel for that. I take an oath that I'm not going to pay you more than a shekel, which is 2 dinarim. So seller wants 4, the buyer wants 2, and in order to emphasize their point, they take an oath. They take a neder. And so the Mishnah says, Shneim rotzim b'shel shlosha dinarim. So the Mishnah says, neither of their oaths are binding, okay, and both of them want shlosha dinarim. It's really a negotiating tactic. And therefore, the neder is not chal. That's what's called nizei ziruzin. They want to emphasize their point. They want to get their point across. So they use the darim to get their point across. In each case, it's not binding. And by the way, it's just not a good idea to do that. You're not supposed to do that. Okay. Rabbi Elazar, we're going to read it on the Mishnah, but then we're going to see the Bartanura that's going to say what the Gemara says about the rest of the Mishnah. Rabbi Elazar ben Yaakov Omer. Rabbi Elazar ben Yaakov says, Afar rotzeh lahadir et chavero she'ochal etzlo. Okay, even a person who wants to make a neder to encourage his friend to eat over at his house. What's going on here? Let's look at the Bartanura for a second. Rabbi Elazar ben Yaakov Omer, oh, by the Gemara says mefaresh b'Gemara. The Gemara says chisure mechsera v'hachiktani. Right? It's really weird. All of a sudden, in the middle of a conversation, Rabbi Elazar ben Yaakov Omer af even. What does it mean even? So the Gemara says, there's more to this statement, and the way you should read it is as follows. So I'm trying to get my friend, my neighbor, come on, you have to eat with me, you have to come over, we really want you over. Umisarevbo umidiro, and the guy is misarevbo, and the guy is trying to get out of it, umidiro, and finally stop hacking me, and he takes a neder. Nidrei ziruzinu. The Mishnah says that's not a real neder, that's nidrei ziruzin. He doesn't really want to take a neder, not to have any hana. He says, konam, your house, I'm not eating your chicken, konam from your barbecue, I don't want your barbecue. He doesn't mean that. That's really called nidrei ziruzin. It's a neder of trying to encourage. And then the Mishnah says, and if a person doesn't want his nedarim to happen on Rosh Hashanah, ya'amod b'Rosh Hashanah. So let's go back to our Mishnah. And what the Mishnah says is the following. Okay, Rabbi Elazar ben Yaakov Omer, what's another type of nidrei ziruzin? Even someone who wants to take a neder, so because the other guy's trying to get him to eat over at his house. Now the Mishnah continues, okay, Omer, and in addition, if a person doesn't want his nedarim not to be effective, let's go back to the Bartanura. Furthermore, a person doesn't want his nedarim to be effective, he'd get up in Rosh Hashanah and say, Kol neder shani atidi dor yehei batel. Okay, any neder that I'm going to take throughout the year, it doesn't count. I say things, I don't mean them. That's what our Mishnah says. We'll go back to the end of the Mishnah. Omer, you should say, Kol neder shani atid lidor hu batel. Ubilvad she'ezachur b'shat neder. So a person gets up and says, on Rosh Hashanah, and the Bartuner says, doesn't have to be Rosh Hashanah. A person gets up and says, I have a propensity to say things I shouldn't say, and I'm going to take a neder, and when I take Nedarim, I don't mean them. You can do that. And by the way, in Kol Nidrei, we say that language. We say exactly in the language of Kol Nidrei. I'm sorry, I bet not Kol Nidrei, I meant Hatarat Nedarim. In Hatarat Nedarim, at the end, after the Dayanim say, Kol Yimutarim Lach, blah, 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 you say, Harei ani moseh lifnechem, v'ani mevatel mikan ulhaba. Kol Nedarim v'chol shvuot nizud. You say, from now on, from this year, I'm going to be mevatel. I'm negating. I don't want any of my Nedarim to be chas. The Mishnah said, this is based on this Mishnah. Our Mishnah says, that works, you can do it. Let's go back to the Mishnah. The Mishnah says, you can say, any neder that I'm going to take is batel, but it only works if when you take the neder, when you're taking the neder, you're saying it, but remembering, I don't really want this to count. Because otherwise, if you do want it to count, then it's a fully effective neder. All right, we'll stop here. As we always do, dedicate our learning to the memory of my father, Harav Simcha ben Yitzchak Kalman. Have a great day.